Hello. So you want to be a rock and roll star? Thousands of people, perhaps even hundreds of thousands of people under the age of 20 would say yes. Please. The biggest change in popular culture over the last 20 years is undoubtedly the crashing into bedrooms and backrooms and dance halls and discos of rock, from Elvis Presley to the Bay City Rollers. It made teenagers into a class, and rock stars are the only people in our society we don't mind getting rich. We don't seem to mind rock stars doing anything they want. They're a new aristocracy, licensed by the enthusiasm of their fans and rich on the wealth of the West which pours into the recording industry. We wanted to know what a rock group was like on its way to the top, out in the country, in every way as natural as we could find them. To look, if you want some headlines, for the grit behind the glamour, the sleazy behind the starry, because it is undoubtedly seamy and gritty and tough, and in some ways unattractive. But out of this come the superstars, worshipped by millions of fans, and not all of them children. Second House picked on a group called the Kursaal Flyers, a band tipped for success this year. The film crew covered them for 3 weeks, concentrating particularly on a 3-day period, 3 gruelling days in Scotland and the north of England. In order to keep a low profile while filming, we didn't use lights, and consequently black and white stock was employed because that produces a higher quality of film in low lighting situations. Only the concert sequences were shot in colour. This is intended to be actuality, in the raw, on the rocks. And of course, like many other groups of young men out together and under strain, there's some swearing. As you might expect, this has had to be thought over carefully indeed, but it was decided that this film is intended to be an account of what really happens, and because it stands or falls on this authenticity, it would be simply silly to bleep out all the expletives. But if you don't like bad language, then now is the time to turn off. Let's not overemphasise this, though. It's a small part of a big film, narrated and directed by Mark Cadell.
A lot of people think we're dirty old men. Would you believe a thing like that? I'll admit we're a bit sleazy, you know what I mean? We got a sleazy little song for you right now. Sometimes I like a little folding cash. Pocket money, ooh, pocket money. Pocket money, ooh, pocket money. I tell you, pocket money can't be beat. Pocket money is my Saturday treat. Pocket money, ooh, pocket money. Pocket money, ooh, pocket money. Impress me, big boy. To a party the other night. This certain chick was out of sight. Now we got talking and we got stoned, and then she took me to a motel that her daddy owned. She said, me and my man, we want a room. I'm the bride and he's the groom. The dash jump was nervous at her request, so I slapped a little cash down on the desk. Pocket money, pocket money, pocket money, ooh, pocket money. I tell you, pocket money can't be beat. Pocket money is my Saturday treat. Pocket money, ooh, pocket money. Pocket money, ooh, pocket money. But you know it's true, baby. I don't have a dime, but I can sure show you a real good time. You know what I mean?
Victorian Sporting Club. Well, it's my local laundrette, and I must say that I have grumbled about it in the past, but I think last night's incident beats them all. One of my machines went wrong, and I went along to complain, was told that the manageress wasn't there. Then I was told that they didn't know who owned the shop, and all in all it turned out very nasty, and finished up with the young lady assistant saying that if she'd met me in the street, I wouldn't look as I look now and should personally see to it. My, oh my, what's the place coming to?
Stuart Cook, personal manager of the Kursaal Flyers, collects Will Birch, the band's drummer, from his parents' house in Southend.
Reckon he'll be up?
Yes, I phoned him before.
Will writes the lyrics for the group's material. Graeme Douglas, lead guitar and co-author of the band's songs.
How long's it going to take you, Stuart?
He lives at home with his mother and two sisters. Paul Shuttleworth, lead vocal, is the group's only married man. With the responsibilities of a mortgage, going pro wasn't as easy for him as it was for the other Kursaals. Vic Collins, pedal steel and rhythm guitar, lives with his parents on Canvey Island. Richie Bull, banjo and bass. Unlike the others in the group who gave up the security of 9-to-5 jobs to become professional rock musicians, he's worked full-time with rock bands for the last 7 years.
I think it's the first time in the history of bands I've been early. Early, mate. Don't get me banjo. Well, I'll be after that. OK, cheers.
Paul Conroy, the band's manager, is the last on the pickup list, waiting as usual at the Hendon Wimpy Bar. Unlike most other managers, he's very much part of the band. He likes to go on the road with them and shares the same weekly salary of £40. At the time of filming, the Kursaal Flyers had an album and 2 singles out. They're not tied to rich London backers, and unlike many heavily promoted bands, they don't owe anybody a penny. Today's long drive takes them to Scotland for the first time.
Said there's 2 things good about Scotland: the whiskey and the road out of it. And the what? The road out of it. Very nice. How to start fights and influence people.
I think Glasgow would be a lot more interesting because a lot of acts don't play Aberdeen, do they? They go up to Dundee, but not very many.
I tell you what I find, Glasgow's supposed to be rough and everything, and Edinburgh is supposed to be the cultural centre of Scotland.
That's right. Yeah.
I did one of the most doomy gigs I've ever done was in Edinburgh.
Really? What, the uni?
Yeah.
It's Friday.
Glasgow was bloody good.
Have you done Glasgow, yeah?
Done Glasgow, yeah.
But what do you do there?
I can't remember. I remember the hotel more than I remember the gig. I think it was the uni. Glasgow. It wasn't Strathclyde Uni, it was actually Glasgow.
Glasgow Uni.
Yeah, right. Do you know anything about the hotel in Glasgow, Stuart?
Never used to.
7-star.
7-star hotel.
Yeah. What are the attributes of a 5-star hotel?
Facilities, isn't it?
Yeah, what sort of facilities do you have to have?
Yeah, things like
Well, you got to have your own bathroom, toilet, television.
Well, no, that's taken for granted. I mean, that starts at 3 to 4 star. But it's things like laundry rooms, nanny service.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, cinema, sauna, swimming
Quality
pool.
of restaurants, things like
Quality of the restaurant, cook.
Say that like cold with anything else.
that. There's no guarantee, is it, really, anything? Like that Hallam Tower was really great, really nice, apart from that breakfast.
Yeah,
And
it's
that
not
service.
necessarily a guarantee of quality, it's more a guarantee of facility, isn't
Yeah.
it? Facilities, alright.
I stayed at that. When you said my toast is cold.
Said to me, I hope you like orange flavoured cornflakes.
I wouldn't stop for that.
Cheeky, isn't it, really? I mean, it's guest house stuff, isn't it? All that kind of back chat, you know, you don't... I guess I gave way to my weaknesses. I mean, she was a rather attractive young lady. I mean, if it had been an old bag or a bloke... No, she was. She reminded me of a girl I used to...
Will.
She was nice.
She was well
I was
attractive.
serving you your breakfast, man. She was pouring orange juice in your
Yeah, and
plate.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's my weakness for young ladies.
But the
Had
point
it been
was,
a...
while she was pouring orange juice over your breakfast, she was
But if
rubbing
she
her
was
left
like-
breast
yeah,
in your ear hole.
If she was sort of going over the table, you know, you would just go...
If you'd have seen him, mate, you would have got a second helping of all that, couldn't you?
And the right breast in your ear hole.
Maybe she was so taken with you, she didn't notice where she was pouring her orange juice.
Twin rooms booked. Conroy, Hangar Management.
What's your name? Are you taking them separately?
Yeah, I'll be signing for them all. Yeah.
Just put them all under Conroy.
Yeah.
You just sign that. I'll just...
Right.
You're on the first block of showers on your left.
Oh, one short.
You're one short. There's a Mr. Douglas already booked in.
Oh, right, okay. Which room's he?
Room 8.
Right, okay.
Where do I go?
No, that's the lady here. Where is it?
Outside the first block of chalets on your left.
On the left, so if I go here, turn left.
Outside that way.
Turn left. First block of chalets on my left.
Yeah.
Transfer charge. 39213X. Yeah.
Big doors in there. Big doors.
Who did you think was going to win? Did you? Was she good? Yeah. What are you going to do tonight? Anything? No? Is there a film on or anything? Oh, I see. Alright then. Alright. A rotten drive, really long drive. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, darling, love you lots. See you soon. Tell her love. Look at that, that's weird, isn't it? Tell you though, but I can't get it on. Is there a thing on here for it? No. No? Yeah, what's that? Yeah.
Yeah, I know, I've tried that.
Oh, is it plugged in?
Yeah, I'll just turn the switch as well, and that's it.
Try that.
I've tried it that way, really.
Oh.
It's the aspiration of the profession for contractual limits to their work burdens.
It's colour.
And that overrides all the other considerations and therefore has led us to recommend acceptance.
But some teachers have said that it doesn't say it's a step backwards.
They think it is a step backwards because they don't realise the difference between contractually guaranteed. Now at the moment, called in the evening, these holidays, and many...
again. Before the morning rush.
How many stations they got up here?
I don't know, we always seem to arrive when I got them boring regional programs.
Yeah.
Not graceful favoured conditions, but contractually
Cool, it was a bit
guaranteed
anemic, isn't it?
If the teachers accept this, will they stop there? Will they say, fine, we've got enough now?
The importance of a contract, that it gives you a basis on which to work. For example,
Our related development at Scapa Flow in Orkney will provide another 85 jobs next April. Shell UK have been given planning permission for a pipe storage depot at the former naval base at Lyoness. The base will be used for pipe laying operations.
I think he's taking advantage of your position.
No, he's just got this one. When we do it. There's a young girl out there singing with a group now. About that high. About that wide. She's alright. It's a bit flat.
Excuse me, she's alright, not bad, not bad.
Singing flat though, isn't she?
Well, she's not really
putting herself into it.
Would you mind that button?
Oh, the boys are
yeah, definitely.
yeah, boys are above. So, yeah.
Just ordered some with a social sec actually. Just
yeah. Some special ones.
Okay. Oh, right. There you go. Go on, Hector.
God save me.
Get me on, Richie. Oh, Richie.
Look, you know, I've never indulged in anything like that on the road whatsoever.
Yes. Can't have it every week, can you?
No, you can't. It's dead right.
Stratford's good. I think you'll enjoy playing Stratford. You should enjoy playing Stratford. They're a good mob down
Yeah, is it good, is it?
Yeah, they are.
We haven't really played in Scotland before.
It's a shame.
Is it? Why?
It's because they're really appreciated up here, you know, because you get so few really good bands coming up anywhere past Glasgow that,
Yeah.
you know, but
Not
usually...
many bands come to Aberdeen, do they? They some go to Dundee, don't they?
Not very often. I mean, usually it's either Edinburgh or Glasgow.
So
Very
how often do
rarely.
you get rock bands playing in Aberdeen?
Well, it depends. I mean, usually there's something on every week.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean to say it's going to be a good band.
Yeah.
Or
Who's the last? Been any big bands up here lately?
Yeah, we had, let me think, with Dr. Well, no, Dr. Feelgood was in Glasgow the other week there.
Did they come play in Aberdeen?
They didn't come up to Aberdeen, no. Supertramp were up just before their album was released and things.
Yeah.
That was quite good. Adrian was really proud about that. He got them up, and then the album came out, and they were big stars for about 3 weeks, and then they sort of disappeared into obscurity, you know?
The Bay City Rollers played Aberdeen, didn't they?
Yeah, they No, you must be joking.
I thought you young ladies liked the Bay City Rollers.
Embarrassment.
What, an embarrassment to your country?
Yeah, an embarrassment to me, anyway.
I've been a bad boy, Stuart. Oh no! Where's my shirt? All a good clean fight, alright? No biting, scratching, alright? Just to,
Good evening, Aberdeen.
Good evening, Paul Conroy.
It gives me very great pleasure to welcome for the first time this far north a group of boys from Southend-on-Sea, Essex. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a very good round of applause for the Kursaal Flyers!
Hopping great, like.
You're having a good time tonight.
You seem to be their crew.
No one else stopped, and I picked to do one riff in it, and I think I must have done it a bar early.
Want to do another one?
Leave it to you, Paul.
It's well there, otherwise I can do the old 9 hours trip or something like that.
Work for it.
Hey?
Better work a bit longer for it.
And that's another word.
Probably 6 days.
6 days for this show, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because the bloke came up on the stage. Really? They jumped up on the stage, yeah.
Sorry, Paul, I just couldn't believe it, you know.
No, he walked across because
Yeah, but when it was going on stage, he was, you know, right at the end of the number.
Where was the guy on stage?
There's a guy was getting up by the race bin over
Colin
there.
asked him to go across and get him off.
Why didn't Colin go? I thought he was drunk, I thought, you know. Oh.
Have you got... Where's Conroy?
Up
there. Get down there quickly, Graham.
Where's that little dolly? Where's that little...
Drum riser.
Have you got a bottle opener, Pauline, dear boy?
There was one on the side here, actually. I'll put it on my case. Yeah. I'm just going to hang on here to try and keep everyone out for a moment.
Good. Nice one, Stu. Nice one, right. That's good.
That's good, isn't it? Very nice.
I still call it call the geezer over. Right?
I don't know why he
walking
walking like at that speed across the right like.
Well, he's a Scotsman.
What's that got to do with it?
They're a bit slow, aren't they?
Renowned as slow movers, aren't they?
Aberdeen, second division, isn't it?
Nice crowd. No, I didn't think we were going to get them off. What are you doing, Sunshine?
What's that?
Is it
No, she's coming in a minute. I'm just,
nothing to do with me, this is.
Really? You got a full me?
Did you find it?
Yes, I got it. Colin, can you get my machine in, mate? I don't trust that lot out there. I mean, throwing toilet rolls and things on stage all the while. It's all right, don't worry about it. Just get me my machine in before they wreck it.
It's funny because we went in at this other pub that was down in the seafront place, you know. I can't remember what it was called. It was really dark. Horrible place. You know, sort of ham, cheese things inside.
On the seafront, what, near the pier?
Yeah. It was pretty dark, and then it was just sort of funny inside, you know, sort of hams and things in it.
It's very explicit. Don't know where that is.
But I went up to the bar and asked for 2 pints of heavy. And the guy behind the bar started laughing at me. That's bitter. You know, I forgot.
Heavy?
Asked for 2 pints of heavy. That's heavy, you're drinking.
What's light then?
Lager.
Light, it's lager.
But we have lager, export, and heavy.
Yeah.
And they're much better really than anyway. Do you know what happened actually in that pub with the cat hanging from the roof? I asked for a whisky and ginger. And I got a whisky with bits of crystallised ginger floating about in it. The guy brought it over to the table and I was like, what the hell's that? Chewing this stuff. No. Bits of crystallised ginger in my mouth.
Takes that outfit off, he's a very private man. He needs a drink, but he's got no money, so he does the best he can. And nobody knows his real name, nobody knows his age. And everybody knows the great artist when he takes to the stage. Yeah! introduction, he gives no last encore. The great artists will walk away and leave and wine and roll. Yeah. And the factory and the big department store. There works a man who entertains his workmates. And nobody really knows him. They keep him in the yard. But everybody needs the great artists when times are getting hard. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, he walks, he talks, he even crawls on his belly like a reptile. Snake him Spo, the great artiste.
There's the bar.
Oh, cup of tea. Cup of tea? Cup of tea.
Get a couple of crates in. Try and enter the mountains. Loch Ness.
Great.
Stop for a couple of berries.
Can't find Loch Ness, can we?
Well, I don't know. It's not far out of our way.
Well, look. I tell you, Carruthers, they get whiter by the minute.
I've got the tape. Who's going to hold it?
Cheers. 2000
Hold on, wait till he's got one. Hold on.
He's got no finesse, is he?
On your marks, get set.
Throw it over him.
Down in one, Paul. Down in one. Go on. Go on, boy. You can do it.
You do it, boy.
Don't mind your dodgy stomach. Don't mind about the ulcer. Go on, you can do it. Look at this. It's,
Do you want to see a pint in one?
Loony drinking.
You don't want to see a quick pint in one?
I'd like to see 2 pints.
Yard of ale. You want to see a pint in one? That's not mine, but I'll do that in one if you want.
Go on. Answer to Graeme.
What's it worth then, Rich? Hold on.
What, a pint in one?
Get your money. Get your money out.
5 to 1 against. Go on.
All my pennies. Right, what we got here? 4 bob this week, Richard.
Just,
Sorry.
yeah,
you know
just
what I mean? 4
stick
bob.
it down there. Stick the money down there. Pint in one.
All right, hold on. Let's count this, Rich. I bet being your manager is a bit naff, isn't it? It's not good enough. We're not doing it. Go on. Go on.
Will, go on.
Pint
Money
in
in my
one.
mouth.
Come on. Come, boy. There you go. Oh, lovely. Right. I'll take my cup now.
Jest.
Just drink my pint. Right, Rich, I'll take the manager's cup.
Richard's just made a lot of money on that. He'll buy you one.
I've drove a pint of snaps in Lishing in it.
What key are we in, Rich?
Number 6.
Dear.
Not very quick. I'm not very quick at drinking pints at all.
I'll give you a raise.
Oh no, I can't do that. I'm just bolting one down.
I'll get these.
Oh, okay, right.
Okay.
What's going on, gentlemen?
Here comes my glass of water.
Smattering in the 20s. It's good, isn't it?
Good luck. Thank you very much. Right, cheers.
I just looked at the audience in front, and all the guys are going like that, you know.
Okay.
Right, throwing toilet rolls, lovely.
Amazing.
It was just like Old Trafford.
That girl went to Glasgow to see the Feelgoods to the Apollo. They were amazing. They drove all the way to Glasgow, so yeah. Right, it's a long way to Glasgow.
It's a long way to go to see anyone, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
I bet they were amazing there and all.
She said she wet herself, that girl, looking at Lee. She said she was sitting in her seat and she wet her knickers. I said, do girls really... Because she's not young, you know, she's nearly 22.
In Nick Con's book, there's that amazing story, isn't there?
And she said she actually... She's just squirming in her seat, wetting her knickers. I just didn't think that sort of thing happened anymore, you know.
There's no point in coming all this way and not
doing a storm.
And also, the audiences appreciate it as well, don't they?
Yeah, I think so. I think up here they're a bit starved, aren't they?
The first gig at the Carré, well, we did a good set right at the Carré Theatre in Amsterdam. And I went out the back and I just sat and I listened to the Burritos do their set, and I couldn't believe it.
That was a pretty amazing night, actually,
That was
when we were in
incredible, wasn't it?
Amsterdam. Getting all that stuff into that theatre, and after playing at Bodie's, which had been such a small little place.
There were
going
people
to that
around
theatre.
pushing Beecham's powders up their nose. I think they were Beecham's powders anyway. Well, I tried it and it made me feel very funny.
But my cold went very quickly.
Yeah.
No, it was an amazing night.
I
wasn't
don't
it?
know, you know, it just suits some people to have their wife and kids with them, and it suits some people and doesn't suit others.
That is a remarkable insight for you, Will.
Pardon?
It's a remarkable insight for
What
you.
do you mean, it's tolerant?
No, not that
No,
it's
I can
tolerant. I
dig
mean,
it.
it's a remarkably correct assessment of the situation.
If somebody works better, if they got their old lady with them, that's fine.
Yeah, but I mean, you could have said that a lot of people kid themselves.
They work better.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people do.
A lot of people do, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, particularly in that situation, I think they played better, right, when they were out.
Apart from Joel.
And they looned as well, you know, they looned. There was none of this inhibition, you know. And that was all that.
I mean, Joel drunk himself daft whether his old lady was there or not, didn't he?
But she was pretty cool because she'd sit at the side of the stage and, like, look at him. You know that look she used to give him? Like, you know, it's you and me in this world. He'd be playing away and she'd be, like, looking him in the eye.
Then he'd sing Border Town like, man.
And it's you and me. It's you and me.
Oh,
He'd just
man,
sit
it'd
there
drive
and
your balls into your brain.
He'd look round and he'd just catch her eye and they'd look and they'd sing. And,
In that little Spanish town just south of Mexico.
Oh, if Joel could come in here now and just pick up a guitar and sing Border Town. 10 years of my life, I tell you.
It was dynamite. It really was.
Blind fever.
When we got back from Madrid, you know, so at the end of the tour, when we got back from Madrid, I got home and I couldn't stop learning, I couldn't stop talking, I couldn't stop staying up all night. It was amazing. It's very difficult to go home and say, all right, kid, I'm home, you know, let's enjoy ourselves. Well, let's go down to Coach and Horses and have a couple of drinks. Yeah, this is great. But, you know, the other night I was in the Plaza in Copenhagen and we were drinking drinks at £2 a time and there's all superstars there and there was chicks in the dressing room and we drove through Denmark and we drove through Scandinavia. It's very difficult to go home and say that and carry on as normal. Mm. But it's very difficult to go home and not say that.
Or think it.
Yeah, right, I believe you. Yeah. Yeah.
Wait till we get to America, brother.
Mm.
Just wait. I just, you know,
We are.
totally dream about it, you know, just touching down in wherever you touch down. I don't even know, New York, I guess, East Coast. Is that on the East Coast, New York?
We touched down in the mid-Atlantic because we were going by seaplane.
Run down the runway.
Oh, no. I just keep thinking, you know, hamburgers sizzling on an open grill night and day. The most romantic...
New York, New York!
The most romantic line that's ever been written.
Enough is sufficient, mate. It's the end of heavy drinking for me. Ever.
Did you have a lot to drink last night?
I certainly noticed it this morning.
Yeah. Sherbets and you, Rich? A lot of drink with you, Rich.
I like half a beer now and again, yeah.
Mine for half.
This is proper Scottish porridge. It's got salt in it.
What do you expect, ready, Breck?
Either that or someone's doing me up in the kitchen.
It's really hard to tell, isn't it?
Awful. It's awful. It's very nice, actually. I'm going to eat it because I said I'd eat porridge in Scotland. Should I put more sugar in it or something?
Well, I don't know.
Porridge usually sort
The way
of
I
floats
see it,
in milk, doesn't it? No.
The way I see it, look, oats. It's like,
Oats is oats.
Oats is like wheat, it's like barley, it's like all things like that. The best way to have it is in a savoury fashion. Oats. Oh, I still feel drunk.
That's what you were on about last night. Actually, it's a bit like wallpaper paste.
Line your stomach, Jimmy.
True. Exotic.
Oh. Do you reckon that waitress is a singer? Sure, baby, lungs like that. I'll bet that's some coffee with there, please.
I drink tea, I'm afraid. Thanks.
I mean, cheers.
But you're a good swimmer, Rich.
Hang on, just falling in love again. What is that called? What's that called? Is it called anything?
A roll?
Welsh bat.
A roll? Oh, we call it a roll, isn't it?
You don't want to drink, you know, you don't want to sort of go down to the bar and sort of start drinking because otherwise you won't be able to give a good show, you know.
Yeah.
So you've got to take it easy, really.
What's the worst bit before it, really? Because you're just waiting for the gig, you know. You're just waiting to play, and there's nothing to do, really. It's just sit and relax, and you try and relax.
Do you get kind of stage fright?
No, not really. It's just you don't get stage fright at all. It's just the initial thing of knowing you're going to go on, and you're wanting to do it all the time, and you just got to wait for it, and you've got to wait sort of sometimes about 3 or 4 hours for it, and you've done the sound check and you're all ready to go.
I've noticed that when you come off, that you two tend, when you're on the road, to go to bed reasonably soon after you come off. I mean, when you've got back to the hotel, whereas the others kind of want to rave on to, you know, really, really late.
Yeah.
You don't find you need time to unwind?
Well, that is unwinding for us.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, people unwind in different ways. And the way we unwind is just to go and watch a late night film or something and go to bed. Whereas the way they unwind is going out for a drink. A bit of a raver.
You know, I fight against sort of working too much. Or hanging about. If we're at a gig where we're going home straight afterwards, I want to get home. You know, and things like that. Whereas the others are, you know, not worried. Because, you know, because they've got, you know, like they're having a good time, and you know, it's like a sort of social thing, and, you know.
I'm not a drinker. I get drunk on a pint. I've got nothing to prove. I can't stay up all night. My time for bed is about 9 o'clock. If I can go to bed at 9 o'clock and wake up about 7, I'm well away for the rest of the day. You know? But some people just don't work like that. Graeme, for instance, Graeme doesn't work between the hours of about 3 o'clock in the morning till 12 o'clock midday, you know, it's that sort of thing. Just depends on you, I suppose.
But the only really reason that I would be raving it up, I mean, I like to have a joke and a good time in that, you know. But the only real reason is if I was sort of trying to sort out women or something like that, you know. And I've got no need for that, you know. I don't want to do that. So I might just as well get a good night's sleep, you know, and go out for a walk in the morning while they're all sleeping it off. You know, go and look around the shops and that. I'm quite straight, you know. I like to go and look and decorate in shops and things like that.
You can go down to your kitchen.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I like sort of thinking about things like that, you know. And like, I mean, like I tore this out of the paper today, reading the paper. So they've got a compost thing, you know. So I've torn that out.
You got a garden?
Yeah, I've got a garden. I've got a great pile of rotting vegetation in the corner as well. Yeah.
Is that included in the deal?
What are you doing?
He played it cool. He played it small. Love with your head, not with your heart. You better shake it up. Don't complain. You better break it up and start again. For when you fall, when you fall just like the rain. I got something I want to tell the boys. Will you listen to me one time? And fellas, you too can recall one of those girls who came on like a ball, promised you everything, but all the while she was just two-timing you. But you did it. The girl had style. It made you say that you would never fall in love again. Right on. You had your woes. You were afraid. You had it easy. You know that you had it made. You better shake it up. Don't complain. You better break it up and start again. For when you fall, when you fall just like the rain. Just like the rain. Gonna tumble down all down my window pane, yeah, yeah. Just like the rain. You're gonna fall, you're gonna fall, you're gonna fall. Just like the rain. Yes, you will, yes, you will, yes, you will. Just like the rain. Woo. Thank you.
No, I know I'm guilty of leaving the thing on. I keep forgetting.
Yes, am I?
I'll leave
Do it
my
all
own
the
one
time.
You've been rude.
No, I am. I do. Every time I use it, I leave it on. Want to sit down, Megan?
Yeah. Ta.
you know, football captains and things with suits on.
10 minutes before we destroy another audience. Some wild men here tonight, I tell you. So there's a couple of wild men at the front, lying on the floor, kicking their legs against the ground and sort of, you know, usual cracking up of beer cans, you know, same old things happen all the time.
I reckon I ought to get haircuts myself and join the army.
He's in the army.
I could send them out to Aden.
Yeah, right, yeah. Suez,
something like that.
Something else cropping
Haven't
up.
sorted out.
Yeah.
Conscription, when we did away with conscription, we knackered this country. You look at the state it was when my dad was called up.
A couple of years in Australia doing the world of good, wouldn't it?
Banks of the Ganges, something like that.
Right. 2 years at Shrewsbury Barracks.
Get their knees brown. That's what it is. They wouldn't know what to do if there was another war. Grumbling about grants and things. What happens when the Boche starts shooting at them? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
And worry about grants then, do they?
Celtic and Rangers won today, that's what I'm worried about.
I don't know.
Celtic won, Rangers lost.
Ooh.
We got any Celtic fans here tonight?
You're looking at me, Jimmy. Are you doing anything Saturday night, Jimmy? Get that stitched up.
Graeme, is your guitar on?
Yeah,
You! Hey, you! I'm talking to you, Jimmy! You're crap! So you're looking at me!
You got your steel?
No, I wouldn't.
What's the punters like, Paul?
Right, male and female.
Is there a bit? Are there any more?
Oh, enough of them.
Something here actually that has been sent to us by a couple of friends of ours from a recent gig, which I believe is at Warwick University.
No! Come here!
Perhaps you'd like to read the inscription on the back, which is...
Hold it up, Rich, I can't read it properly.
Get out of the way!
Come on, read it.
To the greatest bum of them all, Richie Bull, who dropped his pence on the eve of the 11th of October 1975 at Warwick University. Long may he continue to bum around.
Bulldog!
Here, here.
Speech. Amazing, isn't it? That's dreadful. I don't think it's me, actually.
Yes, it is.
No doubt.
You're the only bloke. Is there a letter with it, Paul?
Yeah, I'll show you the letter afterwards.
The only bloke I know with a birthmark there.
Yeah, all right. Well,
I know the shape of bum that shape.
It's horrible, isn't it? We should just have an half list and I'll
Hang on.
Ready? Go on, you blues. Go.
We going?
Yeah, quick. You don't want to do one at all?
No, I don't know worth that much, mate.
Well, the only thing is, it's Glasgow, right? And that's...
Well, don't do it.
Well, you know, I really think we ought to do just one and then just leave it, right? Just take a show down and roll. Is it still going?
Cheers, Stuart.
Ooh, yeah. So,
How'd you manage that, man?
well, you cut yourself.
Oh, yeah.
I can't play with that amp at the roundhouse, it's hopeless.
Yeah, you had a lot of trouble with that, didn't you?
You did have trouble, I'll give you that, Vicar. I'll tell you what, besides your trouble, at the beginning, you were a few decibels up on the rest of us.
What, was it no good in the sound check? What happened between the
It
sound
was
check?
exactly the same as a fucking sound check.
Well, yeah, well, what was
wrong? Somebody switched all my controls round for a start.
Do you honestly think somebody walks around fucking about with the control?
I honestly don't know. All I know is I left them where they were, and when I came back, they were completely different. When I got on there...
But you know what? No, it's no need to have security element. If it's a question of controls, You have a bit of gaffer along the top of your amp.
That's the kind of thing I mean.
With your numbers on it, right? And the first thing you do, you just glance along the numbers. That must take all of 3 seconds to glance along the numbers.
That's the kind of thing I mean. Something like some kind of safeguard.
It doesn't mean employing some bugger to watch it.
Apart from that, my reverb didn't work, and the thing was distorting like the clappers, so bad that it was just breaking up on everything.
Just took a great big chance out of my hand.
There's no way you can play pedal steel guitar with an amp breaking up. It's impossible. It's like playing. It's like playing. It's like trying to play like Jimi Hendrix with your amp quarter on. You know what I mean?
Sure. I believe you. Let's get the boys up here and sort it out. Get a new amp. You know, just can't carry on like that. Well, let's, you know. I mean, if it's genuinely defective, is it?
Well, if I've got a reverb on, it doesn't notice so much. Like, I can get by with it without a reverb on. But if I've got no reverb, which I didn't have tonight, it doesn't sound like a steel guitar. It sounds like a slide guitar with an extremely bad tone on it. You know what I mean?
It sounds like a steel guitar to me, you know.
Well, it's up to you, Grit, to go out to organise it. Get hold of Stuart, lean on him and organise it.
Lean on him? I have to lean...
Yeah, but it's up to you. If Stuart says, what do you want? Do you know what you want?
Yeah.
What do you want?
On a PV.
PV what?
I don't really care what, as long as it's powerful and that thing there.
What you got to do is shift your Harris, get on a train, go up to London, go down to Top Gear, go down to Selma. I want this. It is there. It is there now. It might not be there in 3 days' time. I want it.
Yeah. It can be arranged, I'm sure. It has to be, won't it? It's ludicrous, isn't it? Yeah.
All right, boy? Well, maybe a showman would be the answer then. You never know.
Yeah, maybe a dual showman would. Especially with the...
It's like our banjo, isn't it, Rich? We had months of problems with the banjo. I think we got it sorted out now, haven't we?
We got it sorted out as well as anyone's ever had an electric banjo sorted out.
But, I mean, there's an answer to all these things. It's whatever it costs, you know.
I've got the same problem, really, with the other half. Twin reverbs just don't seem to work with rock music, not with Fender guitars, anyway. You know, they really don't.
I mean, Vic, but, you know, you see a lot of brilliant bands using it. I mean, you can go and see Southern Brothers and Quiver, they use twin reverbs, Fender guitars, and they play great. You can't knock it. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, quite. But they don't use Telecasters, do they?
Well, I don't know about all the technicalities, but there are a lot of bands about, you know, most good bands you see these days, I mean...
Still, they're not playing the same sort of music. They're not playing the same stuff, Will. You see,
lots of bands use twin reverbs, Paul. You can go and see any bands, loads of bands.
I don't think it's down to that. If you don't like twin reverb, then don't use a twin reverb. I'll have mine back. I'll flog the bastard, get out of debt a bit.
No. It's your property, that one, isn't it?
Isn't it? Actually, it's the finance company's property.
Is it?
Got the old money. I've been done by the tax, done by the rates, done by every other bugger that, you know. But I've got a lot of guitars.
It's alright.
Yeah, it's just testing his MP.
Is it knackered? What about that microphone? Is that alright?
I don't know. I was more concerned just watching the stuff up there and bringing everything down, you know.
Yeah, they're well rowdy down there, all right.
Yeah.
They're well rowdy.
You know, banging those cans in and everything like that. They've cleared off now. But,
gone back to the baubles or wherever they live. That's surprising, isn't it?
There's a cat in your shirt. There's a cat still in there.
I think if we were playing in difficult conditions like tonight, where a few things on the musical side, and I don't so often get involved in that side, right? But I think from the point of view of the actual side of, you know, pushing it forward, it seemed to be that everyone a little bit, you know, got whatever, you know. And I think if we'd push forward a bit more, not so much tonight, but you know what I mean. It's just like I can tell. I tried to. There are all sorts of things tonight that I was trying to sort out. Right, I tried to stop Slack Alice's lot moving their equipment, which was putting people off. I could see things, but I can only do so much, you know. I mean, I can't do everything to stop you worrying on stage. And I could see people looking round, and you know what I mean.
I'll tell you what.
I stopped them putting their lights down.
I'll tell you what.
I had a word with Colin because he had a couple of blokes, kind of photographer came up,
which was good. But you know what I think of it. You didn't stand around the side of the stage looking worried.
No, I was moving about. I had to run backwards and forwards twice. Yeah. Yeah. Well, he likes me there at the side of the stage.
I like you there, but not...
Yeah, I like him there, personally.
Fucking hell, we're buggered, you know.
No, if I am there, I'm only trying to sort of like...
No.
It suits me, you know, it really does.
See, because I don't know about anyone else, I'm at the back, you know, like I can't see those faces down the front. I'm playing to no one. If I've got an audience, 2, 3 people, 10 feet away, 12 feet away, I'm playing to them. And, you know, I really get off on it. But if, like, I look around, like, stack of drum cases that side and a couple of curtains that side, you know, it's just like...
I'll tell you what really does me in, man. When 2 people get up and leave about the 3rd number. I don't mind if they do it on the 1st number, because they're, you know, they can't dig it. You know what I mean? And they've left. I don't mind if they do it on the 10th number, because they've had enough. But on the 3rd number, it's like they've given it a chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've given it a chance and they've decided that they can't afford to give it any more chance, so they get up and leave. There was 2 people who did that tonight, weren't there? But
whenever I see that, I always think, oh, I've gone to the bar.
I'll tell you what, Paul, I think there are a couple of intros as well that we've got to think about a bit. Because an audience like tonight, you know, thanks for being a great crowd, you know. It's like you know, I mean, it doesn't really... So I'm thinking like, oh, God. You know, there's a couple of ones which I think we'll have to sort of, you know, think about and sort of get some fresh tactics in on it, because it doesn't...
Yeah, but even so, even if, like, I mean, if there's sort of 3 people in the audience who really dug it and going crazy, right, and you say thanks for being a great crowd, you think, oh, it's me he's talking about. But the point is, I mean, there's no point whatsoever in saying, oh, thanks for being a mediocre audience.
I'm not saying that at all. It's got, you sort of like, it just seems sort of, you know, if you say it to a crowd like that, or certainly me, I see it every night, but you know what I mean, it just sort of jars a little bit. I think there are a few intros which are sort of, you know.
I don't think there's a lot wrong with them, actually.
no, I wouldn't say there was, actually. I think, you see, they're basically right intros. The only thing that is possible to vary or anything is the way you deliver them, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that, like, it's like a night-to-night thing, isn't it? I don't think it's something you do by sitting down and talking about it.
I think I had a bit of a problem with Loretta tonight, didn't I?
You missed the riff again.
I know, I was preoccupied.
I had a bit of trouble with Loretta tonight. I don't think it's a matter of what's actually being played. It's the sort of, like, it feels very sort of edgy.
There was some old chords in it tonight.
Yeah. I still, you know, them things on the end still do me in.
What,
Yeah,
the code?
I know exactly what that is.
You mean it's too exaggerated?
It doesn't sound right, you know.
I know what you mean.
It's not wrong, but
It's played right.
Them bum bum. I never. They've got to be really, really tight, and they've got to be perfect, and they never are.
Yeah.
In what way aren't they perfect, Paul? Because I'm really into this, right?
Very often they're not the right notes played.
They're not the right notes.
No. There was a couple of cases tonight with it.
Yeah, tell us about it, Paul.
Well, like after the solo, it came into it very weirdly, and then well, I can't say it was...
Is it me or Graeme?
Tonight, at the end of the solo, I agree, you know, it wasn't right.
Yeah.
And I you know, I'd have a bad time there, but I mean, it was in time and everything, you know. I mean, it wasn't the kind of thing you...
It's not, you know, it's just
Look,
the whole thing...
if you're a punter watching it, you wouldn't notice, but we know because it's not how it should be. Right? That's what we're talking about, isn't it?
Yeah. Where tomorrow? Middlesbrough. That's on the east coast, isn't it?
Teesside.
What, like Newcastle?
Where, if you think of Scotch Corner where we were, it's not a million miles from there.
Darlington way.
Yeah, Darlington.
Yeah. Town Hall. Have you been to the Town Hall before, Paul? You haven't?
Do you tell jokes as well, Paul? You're normally just as cheerful. I'll tell you what, my piles have cleared up so well, I'm not going to carry pile ointment on the road anymore. I had a fumble with them when I was having a shower today, and they're not there, they're gone, man.
Great.
Magnificent.
We had a fumble with Roller Town.
I was looking at the old drain, you know, I was standing in the alley at the back of the hotel, you know, where the old drain pipe goes into the with a sieve, you know, like. Oh, you wicked, Rich, you wicked.
We're going to give you a little tune from Richie on the old 5-string banjo. Are y'all ready there, boy? All right. Richie Bull.
It's really weird. In that first number, you know, you're jumping up and down. Nothing. It's not your fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you were jumping up and down, it was completely contra to what I was doing. And every time I went to stop, my fingers bounced off. It's really weird.
Nice audience. Great audience.
Apart from coming in 2 bars on that record's too early. I hate doing things like that.
He's bleeding for one more. They're going wild out there.
Yeah, all right, let's do one more. I'm into it. If you can manage it. Can you manage it?
How about the birds?
Look.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't mind.
You broke a plectrum, man. And more expense. All right, let's go and do it then.
Yeah, we're going to do that one all. You ain't going nowhere?
I think that'd be...
Alright.
Finish it.
No. I like that song.
It's one of my favourite songs. I played on that song, you know. Well, my good friend Joe played that song.
Right. I had a couple of well-interesting raps with people out there. One bloke came to me and said, "Hey, up, who are these boys?" He said, Are you Cockneys? He said, "Have you got an album, have you?" And he said, "I like that one." He said, I can't remember what it was, but it was one with a cigarette. He said, "I like that one." He's just going to get some more for us. All right. Don't panic.
Right, somebody.
I know how you feel. Oh, great. Yeah, so.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. Oh, I've had a few beers, but that's... yeah.
Thank you.
A long, long time.
Really enjoyed it.
It was excellent, really was. About one of the best nights we've had yet. These and Dr. Feelgood. What can you say? Both from Southend, both from Southend.
Must be the
rough area. Anyway, get these down here.
Well, these young ladies want to come in for a drink, do they? Do they? Wheel them in.
Wheel them in, I like it.
We don't want any cracks about 12 bluesies and 2 taxis.
3 taxis for 12 bluesies. Half a dozen bluesies. I thought you'd be rushing back to the film, Rich.
Oh, yeah, great. You know me, stay in most nights. Look, these ladies really enjoyed it tonight. I think they would have a drink each.
Andre?
I'll be out for work in the morning, have you?
Yeah.
Monday, innit? So you'll be leaving the party early, will you?
What party?
You've been invited?
No.
What's your names, then?
Jodie, Pamela, Christine.
Jodie, Pamela, Christine. Right. Christine, so right, yeah. Have you not got an invite to the party either?
Hey. So, yeah. I remember.
Can, mate. You know, we don't want to give too much work, do we? It's not what your right hand's for. I don't know. Next. No, I haven't done them all, have I? What is this? It's never like this at Carnegie Hall, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I haven't seen them on Saturday because we were working, so...
Well, we're going to be on the old grey whistle, aren't we?
You're going to give the party a miss, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, never mind. If you change your mind, the party will be going on quite late on the crest.
They're only after your money.
I was rather hoping it was my body, actually.
But usually it's good, and tonight was really good. We played in Aberdeen 2 nights ago. That was really incredible. It does make it all incredibly worthwhile, you know, when you the audience, you know, it's just great. But you know, you take the rough with the smooth, you know.
Well, you've got to, haven't you? With anything, never mind just music.
That's right. See, if you entertain people, that's what it's all about, really. People pay. I mean, how much was it to get in tonight? Do you know how much they charge? How much? £1, 25 bob to get in. I never thought it was. You know, I thought it'd be about 60 pence. Well, like, that's a lot of money, right, for a Sunday night. If you take a girl out, that's like £2.50. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, if people are spending that kind of money. You've got to entertain them, you've got to take them out of it, you know, because they've all got to go to work tomorrow. Christ.
Sure, it's Monday.
Right.
Blue.
We haven't got to go to work, we're going home tomorrow, you know. You've got to entertain them.
But that's what makes our weekend. We working people.
Yeah. I can remember, I can remember when I used to do a Monday to Friday job, and I used to live for Friday night, Saturday night, and used to go and see a band Friday, a band Saturday, a band Sunday.
Exactly.
You know, 7 or 8 years ago.
And go back to work half
and
dead.
go back to work and dream about it. And I wanted to be in a band. I have been in bands, but never anything very good up until like this band. You know, this is the first, and it's just, you know, what we live for. You know, I can't say, you know, why. It's just great.
It's just there. It's a feeling.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And we go past a lot of areas, you know. We went through Glasgow yesterday and through the...
Glasgow's supposed to be really bad, though.
I didn't believe it, you know. We went past, there was this place we drove past, right? There was an industrial chimney about 100 foot high, right, there. And like 60 or 70 yards away were 2 blocks of high-rise 20-storey flats.
Yeah.
And the smoke, it was horrible smoke, coming out this chimney and blowing straight into these flats up to about the 10th floor. So you've got the chimney there and the 2 flats there, and this smoke just blowing into them. If people at their window, you know, and you see that. And then you read about the violence and all the... I mean, I'm oversimplifying it. You read about all that, and it's not surprising, you know.
It isn't, no.
And
Well,
like,
I'm lucky. I live right out of it, you know,
Yeah.
it's clean where I live.
Great, yeah, right.
really
Well, most
good.
people live out of it, but it's
But
just
I love to come into
unfortunate.
town. Really love it, you know, because I've got so much outside of town.
Yeah?
It's good to come in.
Oh, yeah. And then you get back and you get
So
out of it.
You can get out of it
Yeah,
still.
right. That's a tremendous advantage to be able to just hide, to go away and get out of it. Do you work in
In North Ormsby, it's really
Which town is this?
bad. This is Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough? You work in Middlesbrough, yeah?
Well, just out of Middlesbrough. It's North Ormsby. It's all sort of being demolished. You know, loads of houses.
Yeah,
getting
right,
knocked
I
down,
noticed
rats
as we came in.
and all
Oh, and what?
sorts. And I work in the hospital. It's a really old hospital.
You work in hospital?
Yeah.
Yeah?
And I have to go into the cellar for notes and that, and there's rats.
Really?
You must keep the circuit going for bands and keep it so. Otherwise, from a live point of view, there will be no live. You know, the live thing will just fold up completely. I mean, you know what it's like when sometimes you want a band on so and so date and they're not in the north. You know, they're down in London, but you can persuade them to come, give them 25 quid extra or something, or 50 quid extra, and they'll come up.
You take no problem where there's two boys.
Yeah.
One is it's waves.
Surfing is, I mean, a kind of romantic pastime, you know, all the imagery. Beach Boys records in your head, you know.
California.
California, yeah. And Hawaii and things like that, you know.
Pipeline.
I mean, the amazing thing is about the Beach Boys, they did all those surfing records, you know, and none of them, well, there was only one guy, like Dennis Wilson was the only guy in the band that was vaguely into surfing, and Brian Wilson, all these songs, no surfing, Surf's Up, No Surfing Today, Surfer Girl, Surfing USA, you know, amazing songs about the whole culture. And you never touched a surfboard except for publicity.
Yeah,
And-
just for show.
And the whole sort of Americans just went wild over the Beach Boys and that, you know.
Yeah.
Shit. And then he went into cars. I like the Beach Boys. Do you like the Beach Boys?
Yeah, I like the Beach Boys.
I really ought to get out of these damn clients, actually.
You go and do it.
Well, excuse me a minute.
Yeah.
I'll be about 2 minutes and I'll be right back.
You know, like, I mean, I've always had sort of jobs that sort of like, I mean, I was sort of, you know, commercial artist, you know, like, I mean, it's dead easy compared to, you know, like, I mean, all this. I couldn't do a job like that. Just not physically capable.
I mean, if somebody said, but it's difficult to ally that with, you know, the organic bit. I mean, Indian. Yeah, I lived with Indians in Leeds when I was in Leeds. I lived with Indians, and they showed me like. Well, it's a strange thing with rice. The Indians. If you go to India and all out there and everything, they live on white rice in the countries where rice comes from. Boiled white rice, because it's a bit infra-deep.
There was a big factory chimney, right? And the smoke was coming out of this chimney, and it was going right round all these places. You know, if they'd opened their window, it would have choked. Thick white smoke going right round these tower blocks, and people living in these places. It was really awful. Right, what's through the window? You know, like, I mean, they couldn't have opened their windows, and like, even if they didn't, they must have had terrible fumes and that in it.
See you later.
He's having a piss.
Oh.
Take it easy. Don't work too hard.
Coming along,
Yeah,
It's okay with you.
Yeah, sure.
You ready to trash or something?
No, not at all.
Yes, you haven't paid for that yet. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anita?
Anita, I called you on.
Anita's coming, so.
I'll leave to get my brother on.
Fun?
Anita's coming back, so we will.
Groovy.
Far out, man.
Yeah. That's my wife, you know what I mean?
Yeah, all right.
Your what?
Well, future wife, you know what I mean?
Oh, right, so where's the ring?
Well,
10,000 diamonds ring.
yeah, well, I'll
Work on that.
a complete red stone with diamond chippings around it.
Blue on the Virgo. You've got to be blue.
No, you're not a Virgo.
I am a Virgo.
You're not a Virgo.
I am a Virgo.
Is she a Virgo?
September
No, she is.
6th.
Oh,
I'm
September
a Virgo.
12th.
She'll tell us anything, you know what I mean?
I am.
You're perfectionist,
It's got to be blue. I really am. Yeah.
One of the ways of getting successful is not having any aggro with anyone.
What are you up to? What are you up to?
No, over anything that's not important. Basically, that's not important. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, come on. Get him in.
Very nice.
Yeah, I think your drummer is...
Very nice. Bit thirsty, Colin.
Oh, I needed that.
I tell you what, why don't you a drummer? I mean, I know he's got sexy knees, but look at that. He's got my missus in the corner.
Hey, you boys.
You just look. Bass players and drummers, man, work together, right? I'm just talking.
Vic Collins.
Little girl, it's raining out there. Little girl, we got something to share. Little girl, I don't know who you are. Little girl, won't you jump in my car and we'll go cruising for love together. Cruising for love together. Cruising for love together. Yeah. Well, I spent some time by being a early morning, made my way downtown, down to the station. I got Elizabeth on the Greyhound. I take it to the man who stole my suitcase. Everybody's all about. Take my seat. Drivers got the motor ahead and rock and roll. Traveling on, traveling on 142 miles. Cross country, took a hotel for a while. On 142 miles. Cross country, just to see what's fine. Well, I'd say a big good night and thank you from Vic Collins on the guitar, pedal steel guitar. Thank you very much. The great artist himself, Richie Bull, on the bass guitar and the bass string banjo. Legs 11, but not quite so much tonight. Will Birch on the drum. My name's Paul Shuttleworth. Good night from me as well. Graeme Douglas on the lead guitar and the Moog synthesizer.
Tomorrow, the story of huge stiff signing madness. Young Guns go for it at 10:45. But more for Stiff Nights tonight. The history of the pub next.